Joining us now is Australia's ambassador to the U.S., Joe Hockey. Mr. Ambassador, thanks for being here.
Great to be with you, Bret.
You know, we started the relationship with the Trump administration and Australia, and it seemed a bit bumpy. We've since had the leaked transcript of that call with the Australian Prime Minister. What's the relationship like in reality?
Well, in reality, it's totally strong. It always has been. We're the only country that has fought side by side with the United States in every single major conflict for 100 years. And for all the sacrifices you've made for us and that we make for you, no matter what happens at a president and prime ministerial level, the relationship is strong.
What's the world's perception of this president?
What matters most is the American story to the rest of the world. Now, Americans are too hard on themselves, Bret. I think you are too hard on yourselves because you have an exceptional nation. You haven't had to invade thousands or hundreds of countries in order to spread the American message. People want to be part of your value system. And the fact is that we need America in the rest of the world. That's why you are not only the biggest military in the world, but you are the biggest economy in the world.
You've been fighting, Australia has, side by side in Afghanistan. The president just released this new Afghanistan policy. Your thoughts on that and how it affects you all?
Well, in the 21st century, an event in one corner of the earth is inevitably going to affect the other corner of the earth. That's the sort of world we live in. Australia has sent 30,000 soldiers to Afghanistan over the last 16 years. And for a nation that has a population the size of Florida, that's a big sacrifice. But we do it because we fight for the same values that you fight for. Now, when the President gave his speech earlier in the week, it was great news for us because it showed an engagement in Afghanistan. The fact that Pakistan and India are now going to play a greater role in helping to solve this real enduring problem means that we are there, and we are now in deep discussions with the US administration about how to further increase our participation.
You're also in discussions with the administration about trying to solve the infrastructure problem here domestically. An infrastructure project that the president, as a candidate, talked about at least $1 trillion. Your country has done something, and you're trying to tell the administration about it?
Well, we've been asked to give some advice of our own experiences. Australia hasn't had a recession for 26 years, the longest continuous period of growth of any major economy in the world. And one of the ways we've done it, we've recognised that we can't keep increasing debt, but we need to build infrastructure for the 21st century. The United States has a massive infrastructure shortfall. If you spent every single dollar of your budget this year on infrastructure, then it wouldn't be enough to fill the gap in your existing infrastructure. So that demand for infrastructure can't be financed by more government debt. So what we've suggested is what we did, and that is to lease airports, to lease ports, give the people of the community the right to buy those assets from the counties and the cities, and then take that money from the airport, the leasing of the airport or the port, and redeploy it into new infrastructure. It also means that those ports and airports and other government entities start paying tax to the local community, start paying tax to Washington, and it funds itself not only through the economic jobs it creates, but importantly through the tax it pays.
Controversial? Was it tough?
Sure. You know, nothing in this world worth achieving doesn't involve some pain, but ultimately it is a fairer system if you can get counties and cities to get out of the businesses of running airports or running ports, the things that aren't core business, and get them to start focusing on building new infrastructure.
Trump administration seem to buy it, like it?
Well, they're attracted to it because it is a self-funding mechanism. Here you've got government money sitting in all these state-owned enterprises, and if you can redeploy that money into new infrastructure, it's going to create jobs, and it's going to give you the growth that you need. And I'd say this because if the US economy is strong, the global economy is strong. So self-interest, yes, we want you to have a strong economy.
Mr. Ambassador, we appreciate the time today.
Anytime, Bret. Thanks very much.